All right, let's dive into a real classic. We're talking about a pool game that isn't some quick race to the finish line like 8-ball or 9-ball. No, this is a game of pure, sustained skill. It's a true master's discipline.
So, you've probably played 8-ball or 9-ball, right? You know that feeling, that race to sink a specific money ball to win the game. But what if that wasn't the point at all? What if every single ball on that table was the goal?
Well, welcome to the world of 14.1 continuous pool, or as most people call it, straight pool. This is kind of the original test of a player's skill. It challenges every single part of your game, from pinpoint accuracy to really deep, long-term thinking. Let's break down what makes it so special. Okay, to really wrap your head around 14.1, you've got to understand that its whole objective is just different. You're not trying to win a single rack. You're playing the long game, racking up points one ball at a time. You can think of it like this. 8-ball and 9-ball are sprints. You're just racing to pocket that one specific winning ball. But 14.1, that's a marathon. The winner is the first person to hit a set score. Could be 100, could be 150 points. And every single ball you legally pocket gets you one step closer to that finish line.
So, if this is a game of points, how do you actually earn them? This is where the real discipline and precision of straight pool starts to show itself.
Here's the absolute heart of the game. Every single shot is a called shot. Before you shoot, you have to state out loud which ball you're aiming for and which pocket it's going into. And here's the cool part. Unlike 8-ball, where you're stuck with your stripes or solids, in 14.1, any ball on that table is fair game. Nail that called shot, and that's 1 point for you. But check this out. This is where it gets really fun. Let's say you make your called shot, and on that exact same stroke, another ball just happens to fall into a pocket by chance. Guess what? That's another point. A really skilled player can plan for this, setting up shots that score 2, even 3 points at a time. It's awesome. All right, so let's talk about the flow of the game, starting with the break shot. Now, if you're one of those players who loves to just smash the rack in 8-ball, well, you are in for a big surprise. Yeah, a normal 8-ball break is all about power, right? You're trying to create chaos, spread those balls everywhere. The 14.1 opening break is the exact opposite. It's a game of chess, a strategic safety shot. The rule is, if you don't actually pocket the ball you called, then you have to make sure the cue ball and 2 other object balls hit a cushion. It's all about control, not chaos. And now we get to the most brilliant, most iconic part of the entire game. This is the rule that literally puts the continuous in 14.1 continuous pool. I want you to remember this number, 14, because once 14 balls have been pocketed and cleared from the table, something truly unique happens. Your turn doesn't just end. No, the whole game evolves. So here's how it works. You've got one object ball left on the table. That's your break ball. The 14 balls you already pocketed get re-racked right then and there. Your goal is to sink that last break ball and, in the same shot, crack open the new rack to keep your run going. A great player's turn can literally go on for dozens and dozens of points across multiple racks without ever missing. It's pure genius. Of course, things can get a little messy. What happens if the cue ball or that last object ball is sitting right where the new rack is supposed to go? Don't worry, the game has an answer for everything. There are specific rules that tell you exactly where to place the balls to make sure the game can continue fairly. It's all about making sure there's always a clear path forward. So we've talked about how you score all these glorious points. But what happens when you mess up? Because the penalties in 14.1 are just as unique as its scoring system. In any game of 8-ball or 9-ball, a foul usually means your opponent gets ball in hand, right? They can put the cue ball anywhere they want. In 14.1, the penalty is a direct hit to your score. You literally lose points. And that just completely changes how you think about playing safe or taking a risky shot. So here's the breakdown. A standard, everyday foul will cost you 1 point. A foul on that crucial opening break is even worse. That's -2. But the real monster hiding in the closet is fouling 3 times in a row. If you do that, you lose the standard 1 point plus a crushing 15-point penalty on top of it. That's a 16-point swing that can absolutely kill your momentum. So when you start to put all these pieces together, the called shots, the continuous racking, the negative points, you really start to see why the pros revere straight pool as the ultimate test of a player's true ability. I mean, it's not just about making the shot in front of you. It's about seeing the entire table, planning your run through this rack while you're already thinking about how you're going to break open the next one. It takes incredible foresight and the mental toughness to play safe and avoid those devastating penalties. It really is the ultimate test. So you can see the path to getting good at 14.1, right? It all starts with raw precision, calling every single shot. Then it builds to strategy, being able to plan an entire rack ahead. Then it takes real endurance to stay focused during those super long runs. And finally, the discipline to protect your score and avoid those brutal fouls. And really, that kind of leaves us with one final thought. While games like 8-ball and 9-ball are all about just winning that single game, 14.1 asks a much deeper question. Is the true measure of skill just winning? Or is it about achieving total mastery over every single ball on the table? Something to think about.